Back so soon, huh? I guess I sat around a little while and thought of another topic, or thought of a topic that I kind of wanted to talk about. And it's a topic that's close and near and dear to me, for it's something that I've experienced. Um, the labels that we all place on one another, like the gay, the lesbian, the bisexual, bi-curious, straight, and all that. I've had many experiences with many different type of women, and there never really seemed to be a label that you could place on it except for human interest. Um, I say that I've been with straight women who happen to find themselves in the position of just having an interest in me. I've also dealt with so-called all the way gay women as well. Um, and I say so-called straight women because the ones that I spoke with and got with and dealt with on a romantic level, never in their lives expected to find themselves in the position of wanting to be with another woman. Um, for all intents and purposes, all they ever knew was being with a man. That's all they ever wanted. They didn't try to seek another woman for a companion or lover or anything like that. They just happened to connect with me in the cases that I'm speaking of, because I can say that because we've had these discussions and have been honest with one another on that particular level. So, you know, they would often ask me, well, am I gay? And the question I would pose to them is, I don't know, are you? Is that an interest of yours? And some of them, the answer was no, and then some of them, the answer was yes. There was not the immediate interest or understanding for them that they would ever allow themselves to be in a position to be attracted to another woman. But then came about a connection that may have been made between the two of us, and the connection was an attraction as well. And sometimes that led to romanticism, um, sexual gratification, and at times an attempt at making a go of things, making things work in a relationship form. Um, as with many of the endeavors that I've had, they lasted for a certain amount of time, and then, for whatever reason, either of us was off and on to someone different or something different in our lives or whatever. Um, I never could get behind all the labels that are placed on many of us or all of us, because an attraction is just that, an attraction. Sometimes you don't expect an attraction to someone that you find yourself being drawn to, and on many levels you have to obviously be more open than, I guess, maybe the average person, to allow yourself to go to another level and experience something that you may not have thought you would allow yourself to experience. And that's pretty much what it seemed to have been with most of the women that I found myself with. Um, you know, why is there such a desire maybe to kind of comprehend and understand, homosexuality? I can't say I completely understand what it is myself, other than the fact to know that I have never really enjoyed the company of a man in that fashion. And I did try in my early years and pre-adolescence and coming to a point to understand myself. But even then, I knew that there was more in me than what I was trying to portray. So, you know, the only thing I could tell these women was that, if at any time you become uncomfortable with the situation, then, so be it. You can't force someone to be somewhere that they don't want to be, or in something that they don't want to be in, but, you can walk away with mutual admiration, respect, and things of that nature. Um, I don't know. It's an interesting subject because so much of the world does not approve still, even though, it's more widely accepted than it was probably when I was coming up. And, you see individuals out here younger and younger expressing their sexuality. Um, but when I was in my early teens and even before that, and I knew that I was attracted to other girls, I couldn't express that. I couldn't be that. It was just not going to happen, so I had to wait till I got to a point in my life when I could just understand me for who I am and be me, and not really give a damn about what anybody thought about it, and I had to be okay with that. And, because of that aspect in a lot of lives, a lot of youthful individuals can't cope with, the heartache, the teasing, the bullying that has to be dealt with when you want to be just who you are on the inside. It's not an easy thing. People say you make this choice, but I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure. I don't feel like this is a choice for me. I feel like I have no choice but to be who I am, unless I want to be miserable the rest of my life, and I don't intend on that. So, just wanted to touch on that particular subject because it's something that, I'm asked about quite frequently. I have a lot of straight women friends who like to sit and just talk about things realistically without, any snickering, or, just be no holds barred on certain subjects. And, my life and their questions are many times what we discuss. So I thought I'd touch on that for a moment and post this particular video to find out maybe some of you have some of those questions about, the labels and what it just really means to just connect with another person. It's not so much a sexual thing all the time. Sometimes it is. Sometimes people are drawn sexually or by an attraction that they may or may not even be able to understand. It's just there. And once again, I just wanted to touch on that particular subject because, like I said, it's something that comes across my table or my lap in conversation with men and women, mainly women, because women are who I deal with quite frequently. So, just something to chew on for some of you, and maybe you have some questions or comments that you might want to add to my particular topic, and feel free to do so. And now that I'm feeling a tad bit more comfortable with being in front of this camera, maybe, I'll be ready to post something really soon again. So I'm hoping I hear from some of you, or get in touch with me, say something, whatever. And I'll catch up with you guys next time.